Max, thank you for taking the time here at the arena to answer some questions. A few days ago, you returned from the US to Oldenburg. You had surgery there in Philadelphia. How do you feel right now?
I feel great right now. I'm happy to be back, first of all, but the timing of the surgery was also nice. First time spending Christmas at home with my family and getting to see my friends was good for me mentally, and the surgery went really well, really smoothly, and I'm already like doing well in my recovery.
So how optimistic are you to get back on the court?
I mean,
in the near future?
Yeah, I'm really optimistic. I have to follow a pretty strict protocol, but I've been crushing everything that they throw at me, and they, you know, they have to reel me back a little bit because I can't go too fast for the protocol, but I'm as good as it can be right now, and I'm hoping to continue that.
How difficult is it for you to watch the games from the sidelines? I think you must be crazy.
Yeah, it's tough watching games from the sideline. Definitely gives a different perspective. You know, whether I'm sitting on the bench in the game, being able to play, or sitting on the bench not being able to play, it's always you want to have yourself out there so you can contribute in other ways. So that makes it tough, especially if I can see players on the court are tired. You know, I want to be able to help them, and not being able to play, that's, you know, that's tough because I want to help, and I can't when I'm injured.
Yeah. So besides that, you are injured and on the recovery, but you are the captain, but still with the team. You are in the gym here at the arena during the games. How can you still help the team?
I mean, there's unlimited ways that I can still help the team. I'm still figuring things out as I go, what I can do best to help the team, but just to try and keep the players focused on the goal, on our points we have in the locker room for each game. You know, when you're on the court and you get really tired, you know, sometimes your focus shifts. So I'm there cheering them on, trying to give them extra energy from the bench. If I can take a player aside and give them a pointer or two, something to get their focus back locked in, I'll try and do that. But yeah, I mean, really there's so many things that I can do, and I haven't been in this position being injured for this long of a time, so I'm still finding ways how I can help the team.
So do you have the feeling that the guys need you? When you're with them? Are they looking out for you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they need me. I think they're happy that I'm back. You know, when I came back, some of the guys came up to me and said, "I'm glad you're back, like, we need you." But I don't think that's the case. I think that, you know, I've been a good support person for certain players, and me being away, you know, I talk to them after games through WhatsApp or on the phone, and, you know, but just being here, I think helps more. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to come back so quickly after the surgery, to be with the team and to help in any way I can, because it felt really weird being home and not being able to help in the ways that I wanted to. And yeah, I like being around our guys. They're my friends.
We all know those scenes when you push the team before they get out on the court, in a very enthusiastic way. Do you vary your speeches depending maybe on the opponent or on the situation?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of my speeches before the games have a lot of similar aspects to them, but I definitely vary them depending on how big the game is, the situation, certain points that we need to focus on. You know, maybe I'll reiterate some things that Pedro said in the locker room beforehand, or maybe I'll point to one or two guys individually and, you know, give them something to focus on. But a lot of times it's an atmosphere, it's a feeling type thing, you know. I remember one game this year, I got the feeling that a team disrespected us at our shoot around in the morning. Just they didn't get off the court quick enough when it was our time. Wasn't a huge deal, but when you're in that game mode, it's kind of like, all right, you look for anything to get an edge on the other team. And for some reason, that really bothered me all day. So that was something I brought, you know, to the pregame speech, and I think everybody kind of felt that, you know. So I always look for something here and there that like we can all come together, agree on, and use that as energy, as motivation, something like that.
Nice story.
Yeah.
Because when you witness you with the team there in the huddle, it's always nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Always nice to watch. The sporting situation is quite difficult. We lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
How do you perceive your teammates? Do you feel some kind of insecureness, or so what do you do as a captain?
Yeah, insecureness? No, I don't feel that. And you say it's a difficult time. We lost 3 games in a row. Yeah, it's 3 games in a row. You know, it's not the end of the world. We have a really short roster right now. It's really tough. For a few games, you can push through. You can use that as motivation, as for people to step up. You know, like we had a great game against Karsiaka here at home, or we were right there with Berlin here at home. But, you know, after a month of this, you know, the practices get harder because the number of players, we can't do everything that we want to do, the drills. And just the quality of everything. People get tired, you know. We got people now that are hurt, injured, probably would take time off but can't because of the situation right now, and they're pushing through and they're being tough. So the motivation is there. Insecurity, I don't see that at all. I feel for them. They're tired, as they should be, you know. They push hard. But insecurity, no. I think there's a little bit of like, how can I use my energy the best to win this game, to get through this practice, or hey, I'm really hurting right now, like what can I do? And you know, normally you can look to the end of the bench and you can get the 10th, 11th guy to step in and bring that energy, but we don't have that luxury right now. So it's tough for them, and what I can do to help them is to keep them locked in, keep their motivation going, like saying, hey, we need you, we need to push through this. And, you know, step by step, it gets done. And when we win a game, when we only have 7 or 8 full-time professional players, it's like that reward is worth all the effort, the toughness, the pushing through the pain. It's all worth it. And what I try and do is get them to focus on that goal.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the fans. I think in the next couple of days we will sell our season ticket number 4,000, and we are already at the top of the league in this aspect. So our fans are great, right?
Yeah.
So we can see this at home games or on away games. The last game against Bonn, we heard some not so good words from the stands, but what you as a captain, it's some kind of understandable that they are a little bit frustrated, right?
Frustration is okay. I mean, the way I look at the fans is they're an extra player on the bench, you know? Frustration's okay. We get frustrated on the court. But if you take that one step too far, you know, that's like a teammate that's not bringing the right energy, not together in our culture. I don't think they're taking it too far. I understand the frustration after the game, but I hope they realize, and I think they do, that they are that extra player on our bench. So we need them to support, especially when our bench isn't very long right now. We need their support, and I know it's tough for some fans to understand the situation we're in because they're not there every day in practice. You know, don't have a lot of guys, other teams don't have a lot of guys, and they can get it done. But hey, it's been a month or more with injured players, and we bring new people in that have helped us a lot, but we have to integrate them into our system, and these things take time. So hey, we're working really hard, and I can see the frustration looking from the outside if you only watch the games. I can see that, and they're allowed to be frustrated, but I want them to try and understand more, and for them to realize, hey, it might not be the prettiest right now, but now's the time we need your support more than ever, because that is the energy boost, that is the extra motivation. That's something that, hey, as a player, when things get tough, you have to dig in and keep going and do whatever you can. And that's something that we need from the fans. And I see them coming to support us at away games. Like, that's huge. At home, our last game, like them outside greeting us, or we walked in, like those mean a lot. Those things, that's big time. And we need that now more than ever. We need that continued support. And hey, we'll get things done with them included. They are a part of this team.
No one can predict the future,
yeah.
But what makes you optimistic that we get back on track to success in the second half of the season?
There's no doubt in my mind we'll get back on track. First things first, we're going to start getting people back from injuries. I mean, right now with me, Alan, Charles, Burkott, Dean, that's a full lineup, 5 players that could rival any 5-player lineup from any team. So right there, once we start getting players back, like, our team changes. You know, we have more energy through the course of a game because we have substitutions. Practices are, we can do more things with more players, different drills, more game-like scenarios. I truly believe that, like, hey, we're gonna come back and we're gonna be a team that is gonna surprise a lot of people. And we're gonna have bodies. We're gonna be ready for any challenge. And on top of that, we're going through a big challenge right now. It's not the end of the world, but this is adversity that every team goes through at some point, and it hit us harder than most. So we have this adversity that we're gonna get through. And because we got through this now at this point of the season, at the end of the season when we're dealing with something else, whatever it is, tough road trip or something, hey, we had it way harder. This is much easier now. We got each other, we got everybody back. This is what we live for, and that's gonna give us the edge against other teams.
Max, it's really nice to see you here in the Q&A situation with this energy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited.
I have to say, now I feel better. Now I feel better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to be back. Like I said, I'm optimistic. I see what our guys are doing every day, and it makes me want to work harder on my rehab and everything. So I just can't wait till I can get back on the court and help them any way I can.
Max, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.